Write 114 in standard, expanded and word form.
This is so exciting. Our first math quest. We need to solve this math quest to get one step closer to the next level. I bet we already have some knowledge that can help us solve it. Let's get started. Our quest today is to write 114 in standard, expanded, and word form. One of these sounds familiar, but the others don't. Let's think about what we already know that can help us solve this problem. We know there are many ways we can represent numbers. One is with numerals like this. Anytime we write numbers with digits like this, we are representing it in standard form. When numbers are in standard form, we can use what we know about place value to understand how many ones, tens, or hundreds the number has. For example, the number 108 in standard form looks like this. It has 3 digits, each with a different value. Do you remember the value of this digit here? This is the ones place. And this one over here? Hundreds. And in the middle, tens. Just by looking at this number in standard form, we know it has 100, 0 tens, and 8 ones. Okay, we've covered standard form, but how else can we represent numbers? We can also represent numbers using pictorial or visual models. We can represent numbers with pictures like this, or even in base 10 models like this. Let's represent 106 with a base 10 model. Because we understand place value, we can use 106 in its standard form to help us. By studying the digits in its standard form, we can tell that this number has 6 ones, 0 tens, and 100. Awesome! Now we have a pictorial model to represent 106. Can you think of another way to represent numbers? So far, we have standard form, a pictorial model. Aha! The math quest also mentioned expanded form. Let's give that a shot. When we represent a number in expanded form, we decompose or break a number apart according to place value. So, in a 2-digit number, we would break it into 2 parts, tens and ones. The important part here is to think about the number that each place is representing. For example, to represent the number 47 in expanded form, you might take the 4 from the tens place and the 7 from the ones place. But wait, does 4 plus 7 equal 47? No, it equals 11. The number 47 has 4 tens. So think. What number are those 4 tens representing? 40. 47 in expanded form is 40 plus 7. Okay, we represented a 2-digit number in expanded form, but what about a 3-digit number? 120 has 3 digits, so we'll decompose it into 3 parts: hundreds, tens, and ones. Starting with the greatest place first, how many hundreds does 120 have? 1. And that represents 100. And how many tens? 2, which represents the number 20. Finally, how many ones? 0. Since there aren't any ones in 120, we can say that 120 in expanded form is simply 100 plus 20. Great job! We have one final way we need to practice representing numbers: word form. Let's take a moment to think. What could it mean to represent a number in word form? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Could it be that simple? When we communicate with each other, we often use words, just like these. When we write about numbers, we can also use words. Let's try to represent the number 78 with words. Here it is in standard form, and here is 78 in word form. Wow! Let's try another one. Here is 109. What do you think this would be in word form? 109. Great job! Now that we've practiced word form, I think we're ready to solve our math quest. Can you represent 114 in standard, expanded, and word form? Pause this video to record your answer on your math quest. To represent 114 in standard form, we need to write it with digits just like it's written in the math quest. For expanded form, we need to break it into parts based on place value. 100 plus 10 plus 4 equals 114. And finally, for word form, we need to write the words for each number. 114. Do your answers match? Awesome! Now it's time to input and check our answer. Sweet! We solved our first math quest, and we learned how to represent numbers in word form. Remember, every problem has a solution, and we've got the skills to solve it. See you next time.